What's up, everybody? Welcome to On the Mat. We're going to get right stuck into this as soon as I go live on Facebook. How's everybody doing today? How was your weekend? How was your weekend, Tui?
Yeah. Chiefs lost, so
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
it was alright.
Yeah, that was a chance, eh?
Yeah, they
Blew it.
they blew it. Yeah, they had a lot of chances. Um, they just made a lot of penalties, and
Yeah.
like the easiest ones, dropping the ball, giving away the ball, and
Sorry.
a lot of high tackles and whatnot. But it was a good game. What do you think?
Um,
Like you're
yeah, I
saying,
felt like the Chiefs made a lot of mistakes.
mm,
Yeah, lots of penalties. I also feel like there was one try by the Crusaders that wasn't that the one? There wasn't there one where there was a
full pass.
huge forward pass like
Mm,
right before it.
yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like a couple calls didn't go the Chiefs' way.
Yeah.
But hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, Raymond, Lynn, Isala. Welcome back to the mat. So yeah, Crusaders 2 in a row. Hey.
But they got the pressure at the beginning. Onga and
Yeah,
Mackenzie.
I know. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. There's some. I was just looking. I was looking at this. This is on a different note, but yeah, there's some guys who are. There's 9 people select 9 Fijians selected for the Wallaby squad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah. So side note. Well, I mean, everybody knows the Crusaders lost. Hello, Munesh from Canada. Oh, cool. We're in Canada. Bula from San Francisco.
Hello,
What
Isaac.
up?
Jonathan, do you watch NRL? Which
I
is your favorite team?
do not watch NRL. Maybe I should though. I've just never been into rugby league that much.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
I
I've
just
introduced you to State of
yeah,
Origin.
we used to introduce me to State of Origin, so that's been cool. That's
Mm.
fun. Those guys are really really fit and
Mm.
they can run like full speed into tackles. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Do you watch like a lot of American
Football?
football players? They would watch like highlights of
Oh, like the
NFL,
reactions?
and
Yeah.
they like get a reaction like, "Wow, these guys are really tough without any pads."
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just go
I
at it.
know. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah. They would think that too,
yeah.
because but yeah, they football players. I played rugby with a lot of football players, and like the football like the style of play doesn't really translate into rugby that well. Like
Mm,
rugby players, I think do better going to football.
mm,
Um, but yeah, just like the pace of the game of is a bit is not usual
mm.
because like you're either you're either on O line like offensive or defensive,
Yeah.
and you play in stints. Like granted, it's 100% when you're
Mm,
going out there and playing, but like the endurance isn't really there.
mm.
And the biggest thing that we always noticed was the tackling technique for football players, like not knowing like where to put their head, like on which side of the
Right.
tackle, and using their heads as weapons because they
Yeah.
wear helmets.
Right.
And so,
Mm.
yeah, man, there's a lot of Lions fans on here. Hey, Maria, um, BC Lions. Wow, I'm
Uh,
a Rough Riders
yeah.
fan myself,
Got
but
not another question from
oh,
Isaac.
we got somebody watching from Kenya. I'll get right to
Yeah.
Isaac. So that's cool. Osurex security. Cool. Yeah, I definitely know where Kenya is. I used to live in Mozambique, and then I visited Malawi just a couple years ago. I lived in Beira, Mozambique for 4 years, right after the Civil War. Make me sound so like a peacekeeper or something, but yeah. So yeah, I know where Kenya is for sure. I love Africa. Um, wait. So sorry, what was Isaac's question?
Have you asked the government to provide electricity and water to you guys in the village?
I've inquired. Okay, thank you, Priscilla Bentley. Okay, we'll look into that. I see your message. I'll look into that. Thank you very much. for the shout out. Not really. No, like I've never inquired directly from the government. Like I made that post. Giri. Sorry, we're live, guys.
Mm.
And I made that post a few weeks ago about the water, and then like a lot of people got involved, and so,
Mm.
but like I'm not one to like expect the government to give like free handouts. I don't know, like like we were talking about like human rights or basic human rights, and so I don't know where to draw the line with like what is a human right and what's not,
Yeah.
because like what do you give to your society to or to your nation or whatever to justify like something being a right?
Mm.
Like you have the right to live and breathe, you know, and beyond that, I don't know. So
Mm.
I think it's good if everybody has clean water, 100%. But yeah,
Mm.
I haven't really inquired directly, but there are people working in the background to try to get us water. I don't really know where that's going.
Mm.
Yeah, so I've since sent some people some messages because, oh yeah, because I went to check our tank the other day, the village water tank, which is probably 20,000 liters cement tank,
Uh,
and the bottom. I have a video, but I don't know if I want to show it. I don't want to really get anybody
in trouble.
in trouble
Yeah.
or like whatever. But yeah, the village water tank here is like probably 6 or 8 inches of just mud sludge on the bottom, and like there's no water right now in the village. We're all
Yeah.
going down to the river to do our laundry and stuff like that,
In shower.
and shower and for cooking, and so um the water is just like trickling in. The pipe kind of, the inlet is in the top of the tank for the water coming in, and it goes into the bottom of the tank, and then the at the bottom is the outlet to the village, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
which but the pipe isn't like right on the bottom of the tank. The pipe comes up like 6 or 8 inches, and
Up
so right
above.
now above the bottom of the
Mm.
tank.
Mm.
And so there is a trickle, and sometimes early in the morning we'll get a bit of water, but like the water coming into the pipe is just like sipping the water off the top of the mud
Mm.
sludge. It's like,
Shit.
so I have a video of me like stirring the mud in the bottom, just to, like be able to show like how muddy it is, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's disgusting, dude.
Post it, man. Post
Oh, dude, I don't know.
it.
I don't know. It's nasty though. Um, yeah. So like, it's not bad for like I can build something to get our own family clean water,
Mm.
but like the problem with doing that is like we get water from. I don't mind going down to the river.
Mm.
Again, like back to the human right thing. Like I'm not angry at anybody because we don't have clean water.
Mm.
Like we have the river right here, so I feel blessed with that. And we go in and fill up these like 20-liter containers from the water authority. But like, if I solve my water problem,
Mm.
like I'm not gonna solve anybody else's. Like I'm human that way. Once I like solve it for me, I'm not like worried about, because like it's not a problem for me anymore.
Mm.
So I'm trying to like just try to make sure that like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a narcissist, but like try to take care of everybody's water.
Mm.
Because if I just fix mine, like all I have to do is build a cement pad or a little tower, put a
Mm.
tank there, and water authority will come and fill it up for free.
Yeah.
But then like that's just me and my family.
Mm.
So we're okay. I might do that eventually, but in the meantime, like first thing first, I want to try to like see if we can get everybody's water sorted
Yeah.
before just like our own house.
Mm.
I don't know. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just fix your problem, like that's
Right.
it. I'm done. Like I'm
Right.
moving on because I
Yeah.
don't have a problem anymore.
Mm.
That's not your guys' problem.
Mm.
Yeah. So hello Methodist Church in Fiji and Rotuma.
Another one.
Yeah.
Isaac just firing me with all these questions. Jonathan, can you set up a GoPro in that wild boar trap so we can see how it goes and gets trapped and do it in a vlog?
Oh yeah. I can what I'm probably gonna do anyways is bring back trail cams from Canada. So they're like they're used for hunting, and so a lot of my friends and stuff who are hunters, they put them on like common game trails. So like say up in the bush here in the mountain, like where the pigs go. You know, you find their track, right? Their normal track, and you see where they like mud. They go in the mud and they wash and they hang out, eat, and root around. And so you put like a camera up there that is only triggered is battery powered and is triggered by movement. So it only comes on when it senses movement. And
Mm.
so that way you can see like what time of day animals come by. And so when you come for hunting on the weekend, you know what time,
Yeah.
to like set up an hour before because animals are going to show up at like 6 p.m. or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
But I was going to set that about around the farm just on random trees, like up in the trees, just for
Mm.
security
Mm.
and just to like catch people.
Catch the
Yeah.
two-legged thief.
Yeah, the
The
two-legged pigs.
two-legged pigs. Mm.
So, Wanasa from Zambia. Hey, that's cool. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, I'm going to. Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe I will bring back some trail cams just for content too.
Yeah.
Just make some traps and then put
Yeah.
some trail cams up there.
Mm. Still gotta do those pig hunting vlogs.
Yes, yeah. I did have some earlier ones, but yeah, we gotta do some more here soon.
Mm.
More pig hunting.
There's a lot of pigs now in this season.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, definitely, 100%. So there's 9 players on the Wallabies team. So who is it? Eddie Jones, right? Eddie Jones. So he's named a 34-player squad. So Rob Valentini, which makes sense. I mean, he's got to be like the one, like 100% guy, right?
Mm.
Corumbete, which is I didn't know. I thought he couldn't play for the Wallabies this year because he wasn't playing in Australia.
Mm.
But okay, cool. Vunivalu's there, and Nwangani Tawase is there. So Nwangani Tawase's father, like, he's full Fijian, or is
Um,
he like half like me? Like mother, he just has a lot of features that
I think yeah, like
his
you,
father is
his
definitely
father's
Fijian, but his mom must be from somewhere
Mm.
else. Because yeah, Karevi's on the rehab group. So the train on squad had the likes of Filippo Dangunu, Lelewasa, and Uru. Huh, interesting. Loose forwards
Mm.
that I thought would for sure be on like the Wallabies, and one was Uru, and then I thought that Sokula was definitely going to be on
Mm.
the All Blacks team. But they're like Uru's on the train on squad, and Sokula's not even on the All Blacks squad. But I found surprising. I thought he's pretty dominant.
But
I get it.
Narawa is that.
Yeah, Narawa's there, right?
Mm.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, I mean, he showed up in the last game too.
Mm.
That was sick. He did such a good job.
Mm.
Um, oh, he's half. Ellie Reed said he's half.
Mm.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's good.
Mm.
I'm excited about that. And then the FRU Sevens program reports a $1.5 million loss. Oh my gosh. Okay, what do we got going on here? After diving into further into financial situation of the FRU, they reveal that the National Sevens program has been running at a loss. Cito says the loss amounts to about $1.5 million Fijian. She says that when they're given the financial statement of the seventh season that just ended in May, it showed a small amount of profit was made. However, after further digging, they established that both men's and women's programs were operating on a loss. She says this is not only happening to sevens, as the same has been seen in other programs as well within the organization. Yeah. Um, that's tough
Mm.
because yeah, sevens doesn't really get the love that the 15s game does, right? Like
Yeah.
or like worldwide. Like in Fiji, we love sevens.
Mm.
But even now that Rua are like playing, like you see like a big dip. I think it will. Like we all have, like the one thing we all have, and that is probably the most misused is time, right?
Mm.
And so we get to choose where we want to spend our time, and like
Mm.
that goes for anything. But when you have like now that we have the Rua, like it just like it's another thing to spend time watching,
Yeah.
And like the Rua are like so they're just the new kid on the block, right?
Mm.
They're fresh
Mm.
and fancy and
Mm.
new jerseys and
Yeah.
playing locally,
Mm.
right? That's a big one. And so it's like it's hard to compete with people's time allotments. I mean, so I'm saying that because like sponsors are going to be more likely to go to the Rua side
Mm.
because they play locally. At least just thinking like from a business perspective, because they play locally, you get a lot more bang for your buck if you sponsor a team that like wears your jersey with or wears a jersey with your logo
Yeah.
in Suva or in Lotoka.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Or is
Mm.
always being broadcasted at the right time of day because they
Mm.
always when they play in the Pacific Cup or what is it? Rugby Pacific.
Mm.
Like it's always at a time where you can watch. Whereas
Yeah.
like the sevens team, they can play at like 2 in the morning sometimes, right?
True. True.
And so there's a lot of factors that I think are not good for
Mm.
sponsors when it comes to get trying to get money for the sevens team. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Um,
Also, they haven't had a HSBC series in Fiji,
no,
and it's been.
yeah, feel
They should have done this
yeah,
long, long, long time.
yeah. I don't know what the economics are of that. Like, because when I see what happens, like in Vancouver, hush, 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 hush,
Fire
hush,
me!
get him.
Fire!
So, Drew is more like reserves than maybe get picked for the Fiji team. Maybe, yeah. I think that yeah, if I was a business right now, I'd be sponsoring the Drua in Fiji.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I mean, Fiji Airways has an advantage because they probably just uh they have a deal for the transport probably.
Mm.
You know, like they fly them probably for free. Like that's probably their donation,
Yeah.
and they get like a huge chunk of like the jersey represent because it's Fiji
Yeah.
Airways here and
Yeah.
Fiji Airways on the leg, right, for the sevens team.
Mm.
So they probably don't have to give much from like a monetary standpoint.
Mm.
And like I know that the boys don't always fly first class. Like
Mm.
they're just flying economy because I've flown with them, you know.
Mm.
And so yeah, I think that it's tough to the Fiji Sevens team is a hard one to sponsor because there's not a lot of publicity
Mm.
like outside of
Mm.
like Fiji. Like we love sevens, but like nowhere else really does a lot of sevens, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've even played with players in Canada. I played with a guy in Canada who played rugby in New Zealand and he played with guys who are on the New Zealand sevens team.
Mm.
And like they're like nobodies in New Zealand.
Mm.
Like they're um like compared to the 15s guys.
Mm.
I just think sevens doesn't get the love. Um which is not I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying that's just the way it is. So yeah. It's kind of like the CFL and the NFL, or the XFL and the NFL. Like the daddy one, the big daddy or the original one gets the love.
Mm.
Yeah. Sarah, really?
Let me just to throw you these questions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, hit me.
Isaac again. Jonathan, will you buy any more vehicle or tractors?
Uh, not anytime soon.
Mm.
I might. I mean, the next vehicle I probably buy would be like a farm truck of some
Mm.
sort, like a single cab Land Cruiser or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's not anytime soon. But that'd probably be like right now. That's probably the next most needed thing, like as far as like transportation,
Mm.
would be that. Yeah, get Koroi to drive it. I know if we should trust Koroi with that though. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Let him test the tractor first,
Yeah, then
and
let them test the motorbike.
motorbike,
Yeah,
or test the motorbike first.
the motorbike first. Yeah,
Or
put
just run
Koroi
it
on the
from here
motorbike.
to the river.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, another one from him. I live just close to Natandolo Beach and Intercontinental Resort.
Yeah, stayed there.
That's a great place for you and your family to visit someday.
Yeah.
Don't forget your cameraman as well.
Yeah, we stayed there year before last
Mm.
for my 30th birthday. Yeah.
Mm.
Was that? No, that was last year Feb. Yeah, last year Feb.
Mm.
We went to Intercon when it was like all the prices were like really cheap. Hey? We were staying at like Radisson for like 140 a night. Like when we go to Nandi, it's
Mm.
just like not like the same rooms we were paying like a couple $100 a night for, or 140 or whatever. They're like $900, $1,200 a night at Radisson. Shoot, dude, crazy. So we kind of moved to Fiji at the right time to like enjoy Fiji
Mm.
or like enjoy like the spots that we usually don't we get to
At
go
a
to,
cheaper
right?
price.
Yeah. I mean, one day we'll have the money to go do those things, and And but like right now, it's not the priority for like
Uh,
spending money.
well, guys, do you think we should host some drug games next season?
No, no, I don't. Super Bowl Park.
Subrel Pack.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I don't think we're like. I don't think we're cut out for that yet. I don't think we have like the capacity.
Mm,
Yeah, like
mm.
just the parking and
Just,
in the city and
that would be crazy.
yeah, it'd be crazy. I would love it. I would say that'd be sweet, but
Mm.
like I wouldn't bring it up here.
Right,
Yeah, you
right.
wouldn't. You get like a quarter of the fans. Like you
Mm.
pack the place out, but the stadium's so small, right?
Yeah,
And less people travel up here.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. You get a lot of people going from here to
oh,
Suva or
yeah.
Lotoka,
Mm.
but yeah, not the other way around. So big opportunities in the audio visual industry. So Minister for Trade Manuel Kamakamita says they are looking at the audiovisual industry as a major opportunity for Fiji and will be channeling their efforts towards the sector as it continues to gain traction. Setting up a permanent base for movie and film productions in Fiji can train local people in movie production and film editing. Right. He says this is an area that brings in a lot more money in a shorter span of time. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this?
Yeah. Mm. Movie productions have like been done in Fiji.
Hmm.
There's a lot of money. They they, they come with a lot of money,
Right.
and it's just just for like exactly like just a short span of time within like 2 or 3 months of making a movie. I remember that with the Australian government, with Australian Survivor, um, well, they still owe the government
Oh.
some money on their second season that they did here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like I remember the first one, um, they did was like they just paid like $60,000 per week or something like that
To
for them to like operate.
oh, just to the government.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like a lot of money that they invested in like the landowners as well. And like, well, I was like getting, I was one of the night producers.
right.
Yeah, me and Walter.
Yeah.
So we yeah we take up the shots in the night
Yeah.
at the campsite.
Yeah. And were
And
you getting paid hourly, or was it
yeah,
like for like you come and do this job and we'll pay you this much,
yeah,
like
yeah, hourly.
salary, hourly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like
and it was fair.
$25 an hour.
Jeez,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I got my
Holy.
first paycheck. And I looked at it like, no freaking way, this is my pay. Because and
Whoa.
then it comes with like other benefits, like meal allowance and
Right.
like traveling allowance. But I get picked up and dropped. They gave me my meal throughout the
What?
whole, but
Wow.
still they give that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I'll be getting like $2,000 to $3,000 a week.
Jeez.
Yeah, and the shooting was like 2 months, almost 3 months. Yeah.
Jeez.
So you can imagine.
So that's how you bought your 4 taxi permits.
Hey.
Guys, for 2 years, lots of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is-
Became that, invested all in my gear.
yeah.
Next minute,
Next minute, yes,
one
sir.
flood.
Next
uh,
minute. Uh, yeah, I would say this. Yeah. What do you think about like training people in Fiji to do it? Like, do you think that's where the money is at? Like, do you think it's worth
yeah,
training people here to like? But I would like, do most of these like production studios and stuff bring their own staff,
yeah, they
like their
do,
own people,
but they would like to like use the locals too, just to cut down on like
their costs?
costings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's easier for them to.
Right.
So that's why, like with the survivor shows, like the same crew from like whatever season, they get to just handpick them again.
Oh,
Come,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
keep coming,
Right.
and then they just keep developing their experience and building it up.
Right.
That's what's that cooler film? Was it Film Fiji? There's an organization where they train.
Oh, okay.
They have these certain people, and like once you start working for whatever show that's in Fiji, your name's in the system.
Oh,
So when there's a
so
new
like your name is
show,
there.
yeah, when
Yeah.
there's a new show or movie, they'll just flag it up, send you an email or something, and then
Oh,
let you know, there's a job opportunity for you here. You want to apply?
right.
Just
Oh,
put
that's
it.
cool. Yeah.
and you don't have to go through the whole process. Just send in like a soft copy application,
Right.
and that's it.
Yeah, it's almost like you need somebody to like curate the opportunities though. To like you need somebody going out and like finding the bids. Like say for like a Love Island or something, because
Mm,
I know Love Island did one in Fiji. I think like this shows like in like so that you have to go out and like you have to somebody has to know about the shows
mm,
and then go out and like bid or like try to sell people and like trying to like bring them to Fiji, right?
mm,
I mean,
mm,
I would think like if you're
mm.
gonna make it worth it,
Yeah.
because like you're gonna train all these people for like what one show every 2 years,
Mm,
like it doesn't really make sense, right? To
yeah.
build a whole like education foundation around something that there's no work for,
Mm,
or like you train 2,000 people in like audio and film and visual and stuff,
and wait for.
and wait for hopefully somebody to bring
Yeah.
a show to Fiji.
Yeah.
You kind of need it's like some farming. It's like you need buyers and you need people to plant,
Uh,
right? Like
uh,
you can train a bunch of farmers and plant a bunch of
uh,
crap, but like, is it gonna sell?
uh,
I don't know.
exactly.
That's what I
Yeah.
think of.
Yeah.
Big opportunities in audio and visual.
Mm.
Yeah.
Bula,
Okay.
Bula Hamza,
Oh yeah.
Bula from Hamza and Little Umaira.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's up? Can you see in the background?
Ali.
Harley. Harley. Yeah, he got run over by a tractor.
Oh, Jonathan, does your solar system fully operate freezer, and can you tell more about it and how long does it operate?
So our solar system is actually pretty garbage at the moment. So our we installed one 800-watt inverter with two batteries like 5 years ago, and that system's down. The inverter keeps going off, or keep like, repairing it.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of done with it. So we've been without power for like 2 months now or something.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
almost 3 months.
Yeah, and then the
Hmm.
battery, and then we haven't. Secondly, then we installed like another 1,200-watt inverter with another two batteries
Hmm.
and some bigger solar panels, and that one is also kind of like not holding a charge very well.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I want to find a solar company that will work with us to like promote them,
Hmm.
and we can like use their
Yeah.
install their stuff here and come up with some sort of a deal.
Hmm.
Because like I know there's a lot of solar companies in Fiji, but like they all badmouth each other, and you don't really know who to trust, right? So it'd be nice to be able to partner with somebody who has a good name in the business,
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's a lot of people. My we were in the solar business too. My grandfather was in the solar
Mm,
business too, and we don't really know which equipment is like the A grade and
yeah.
quality ones because they
Right.
all like feel like cheap knockoffs.
Yeah.
And I'll just you install it for 1 month, 2 months, and then
Goes bad.
goes bad again.
Right.
So
Yeah, like the stuff I use, like I went through CBS,
mm,
and they have really good customer service.
mm,
And like when you call them, they'll come out and fix it. But it's just and their products are like from Germany and the Netherlands.
mm,
And so I thought like we paid like quite a bit for we paid quite a bit for our stuff, and it just isn't holding up the way I wanted it to hold up. So I don't know. I'd really like to. Solar stuff is expensive, and so I'd like to make a contact with somebody who wants to work together. But we'll see. So we got millions. We got a news article here talking about millions devoted to airports and road upgrades. Three major projects funded by the World Bank to the tune of 137 million are set to commence in the Northern Division. Wow, maybe they can fix our roads. The World Bank says the first phase financing of 137 million is a part of a larger, $447 million envelope approved for the 10-year multi-stage tourism program for Vanuatu. The project, called Fiji Tourism Development Program in Vanuatu, aims to support what it says it will. So, wow. The first phase includes work. On Mombasa and Sabah domestic airports, as well as an upgrade to the 95-kilometer road connecting the two towns. The first phase also focuses on bolstering tourism in Vanuatu, including Taveuni Island, by improving access to and climate resilience of essential services such as drainage, sewage, and transport infrastructure. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. That's cool. We'll see. That's kind of like that's how we are in the north. We just
Yeah.
okay. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. In more exciting news, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk might fight. Huh?
Yeah.
So Mark Zuckerberg, the big boss, the big bad boss of Meta. So that's Meta is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and more. And then Elon Musk is obviously Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla. So Mark Zuckerberg just came for holidays, I think, in Fiji not too long ago.
Really?
And it sounds like they're actually dead serious about fighting each other. And I think they're going to do it for charity. Dude, but that would be such a gong show fight. Like, that would be just the sloppiest fight you ever see. Apparently, Zuckerberg trains MMA quite a bit, and Musk kind of has started recently, but it'll be like.
But I feel like Zuckerberg would beat the crap out of Elon
You think
Musk
so?
because he always trains. I've seen his videos. Like
Yeah.
he trains every day.
He
Mm,
trains, and he's fairly good at jujitsu, I've seen. Yeah.
really.
And so, yeah. I just don't want him to win almost, but yeah. I'd rather have Elon Musk winning. But I don't know. It's just getting to be such a gong show. Like these,
Elon Musk and Bill Gates.
no, just like the whole like celebrity fighting thing.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it was kind of, I guess it was kind of started by Conor and Floyd, McGregor and Mayweather, and it's just
Yeah, and
like
then Logan Paul,
yeah, Logan Paul,
famous
KSI,
YouTubers.
and then his brother, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake's pretty serious though. Jake's the real deal. Like he
Mm.
can actually fight, and he's beat real fighters. But yeah, like UFC has signed with the WWE, so they're partners now, and so we're kind of like we're kind of like blending the two worlds, and so I feel like people are gonna start like especially the casual fan base is gonna
Mm.
start not knowing what's real and what's fake. You know,
Mm.
it's like is Floyd or not Floyd, but is John Jones like fighting the Undertaker? For real, it's like people are like gonna be like, "What's going on right now?" And so I know Dana White, who's the boss of the UFC, he's endorsed this fight between Musk, and
Mm.
he said he'll do it for them, he'll put it on. But then it's like I don't know, like I don't know if it's good long term for it's a lot of money, that's for sure, like straight up in the beginning. But I don't know if it's good in the long term for the UFC or for fighting in general. Nandi received 14 degrees last night. How's the temperature up there? Yeah, freezing cold. It's so
Bro,
cold
this
last night.
money.
Yeah,
This money.
yeah,
Like that feeling when you like have you been into like a freezer, container freezer?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you stand on the ice. Oh
Okay.
well, you're from the place, right? Freaking stupid, man.
Have
Yeah.
you ever?
Anyways,
Yeah, yes, yes, I know.
like if you get that like spiky feeling,
Yeah.
boy, I was getting that
Oh,
this
really?
morning. Yeah, on my feet. I was like,
That's because you sleep naked
oh,
with no blanket, with
ee.
your windows open. I
What?
told you to
Just
close
throw
your
me under the
windows.
bus right now. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cold though, eh?
Yeah.
Freezing. Like you can see your breath in the morning too, eh?
Mm.
You wake up. Yeah. So that's pretty cold. I'd
Mm.
say it was at least 14 here. That's cold for 90 though.
What? -14?
No, 14.
Oh.
14 degrees. Minus 14, my. If it gets to minus 14, there's a lot of dead people in Fiji. I'm sorry. Um, let's do some.
Andrea. Hey, thank you, Andrea. Andrea, show us your cameraman. He doesn't get enough credit for this. Credit.
I know. Okay, I'll
Appreciate you.
show.
Appreciate it.
You guys on the
Hey, come
Facebook
on.
Live? There he is. Hey, you can't even see him through My camera's so dirty. There we go. There's the man himself. So Facebook people, go catch us on YouTube. We're gonna finish off on YouTube. We're gonna answer your guys' questions. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining. Peace. Okay.
Yeah, from Hustle Dimes. Isa nagkubunin na mo, man. I remember those. We used to use the broken ones and stack them on the washing soap or tapioca just to hold the broken mosquito
Oh,
coils.
that's funny. That's funny. Yep. We're supposed to restock on them, but we forgot. We forgot. So let's answer some questions.
Yeah.
Let me go to the Instagram post that you just made.
Uh.
Because you post something about questions, right?
And you could check in the archive the last.
Dude, my
story
hair
we did.
is so long right now.
Mhm.
Need a haircut.
Mm.
Really bad.
Well, how was your day, man? Like today?
It felt very unproductive.
Mm.
But I took the tractor in the background. I went and did some rotavating at the office.
Mm.
And yeah, we're getting ready to plant some eggplant.
Mm.
And then did some watering there. And then went into the shop, working on CCTV cameras.
Mm.
And oh yeah, we're just installing a bell so that people hear when we come in the door.
Mm.
And then yeah, I was dealing with we need to make some equipment upgrades in the kitchen, so looking into stuff like that. But it's just like one of those days where I just didn't feel like I got a lot done.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I'm a bit like low energy today because I didn't eat much.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I had 2 eggs this morning.
I had a headache.
Yeah, because you need to drink coffee. Tui's addicted to
Now
coffee
I'm
now.
like, yeah. Is it a thing just like with just staff, or is it like with everybody? Like if you're addicted to
Well,
coffee and then
caffeine
if you
is a
miss it,
yeah,
you get headaches or whatever.
caffeine is definitely addicting
Mm.
for sure. It's a drug, and so some people like I don't get headaches if I don't have caffeine, but I definitely feel drowsy.
Mm.
And some days are worse than others,
Mm.
but like, uh, yeah, you probably need to just have a coffee,
Oh man.
or you just need to stop having coffees so that you don't need coffees
Yeah.
anymore. Because you said you had a headache, you had to take Panadol. But dude, yeah, this tractor, so sick. Like when you put the rotavator on there. So my technique, or like what I found best, is I don't really even use the harrow, the spike harrow, much anymore. Like on my own land,
What's that?
just the harrow that you drag, like with
Oh,
the
the one.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
with all the spikes on it.
Mm.
I just find like with it doesn't really. I guess it's a cheaper way of like achieving like more plantable soil, like smaller soil. But like I just double plow. I plow, then I wait a couple weeks, and then I cross plow in the opposite direction.
Mm.
Wait a week, and then I'll come through with a rotavator, and it's just like sand. You should see that place where I rotavated today. Oh my gosh! First year, just like get it up to 540 like PTO RPMs, and then just like going slowly across the field. You just look behind you; it just looks like sand, man. It's so nice. And it's deep. So the problem with the spike harrow, maybe nobody even cares about this, but the problem with the spike harrow is that it breaks the soil apart, but it also compacts it a lot because the track it's not very wide, and the track you're breaking up like the top like couple inches of soil, but it works well for dragging the grass off of it. But because you have to do so many passes with the tractor, you're really just like compacting the soil again. Yeah. So it has its place, I guess, but for myself, like for vegetable farming, I don't really use it. Yeah, unless it's like I got a good grass off of it. But that rotavator from Global Machinery,
So good.
so sick, hey?
Shaktiman.
Shaktiman, yeah. Yeah, is Hamza still on there? If he is,
Yeah,
Hamza, what's the blue stuff that you guys got there now? Because you guys got all the orange Shaktiman stuff, but I saw some blue implements in the yard in the Basa. Yeah. Maybe it's Shaktiman, but just a different. Maybe it's the farm track color. I don't know. But dude, like when you drive past the yard, it's like, whoo, like bro, like some of those things, and like I just want to like hook them up and just try them out, just to see like how they work.
Yeah.
You should make some content for like some of the different equipment.
Yeah.
Because like I think like even like the disc harrows, like lots of people don't know. Like I've showed people like, what is that?
The one we have here.
No, a disc harrow. So it just has like lots of smaller discs, and so you'd plow and then you just drag it over, and it would it would just break up the soil, is what it
Oh.
would do. Yeah, but you don't have to have a PTO drive to a rotavator.
Mm.
So like spinning something from the back of your tractor, you
Mm.
just drag this thing, and the discs are like at this angle. So as it like forces the soil through them, and they spin, and it breaks the soil up. So,
Mm.
but pretty cool.
Mm. That's cool. Oh, Ryan ready. Why long time, man?
I know.
Bulan-bulan. With the reliance on aid, NGOs, government funds misallocated, people in Fiji, mostly socialists. Is there any pushback with conservative views to cut taxes and working to make a living?
Okay, come again.
Okay. With
Yeah.
with the reliance on aid, NGOs, government funds misallocated, people in Fiji mostly socialists. Is there any pushback with conservative views to cut taxes and working to make a living?
Hmm. Um. Yeah. I don't know. I guess you'd have like a lot. Probably a lot more socialists in Fiji. Um. But I mean, you gotta be careful with. I think yeah, there's probably a lot of people that would probably embrace the socialist like ideas, which is um, which is just where like the people own the production. Like
Mm.
more power to the people, basically. Less taxes, less government, and more ownership by the people.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So I mean, you got to be careful because socialism, like, so I think a lot of people don't realize like how like socialism can like really like go back to like Marxism and like communism ideas, like
Mm.
taking away and like making everybody equal. You know, like
Mm.
less rich people and like private, money like allocated in like smaller sections of or subsections of the society, like sharing the wealth, basically.
Mm.
Um, I think a lot of people probably do embrace socialist ideas though in Fiji. Um,
In what sense?
hmm? No, just like people saying like um like less tax and like tax the rich.
Mm.
Uh, like the government, the government shouldn't do this or take
Mm.
power, but it's like I don't know if people realize like what the alternative is to
Mm.
like taking things into our own hands or like increasing taxes on the rich or like taking their money and giving it to other people. Like you hear that kind of stuff, but it's like if that's actually practiced, it can get pretty messy.
Mm.
Uh, yeah,
Mm.
I got questions here.
Okay.
How did you and your wife meet for the first time, and who was the first person to ask out? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Gosh,
Huh?
that.
Hey, Steph, you want to come answer this question with me? What's that? Okay, she's busy. Too busy for me apparently. So we've met for the first time at church, um, and she showed up in her little green Toyota Tercel, which is like a little Corolla. And so she was from the coast, which is like 20 hours away. And so I've never seen her before. And so like I pulled in at the same time. I was coming from this direction and she was coming from this direction. And she pulled in church first, and then I pulled in after her. I'm like, dang, like who is this freaking smoke show? And like the way her hairstyle was, like it made her look like quite a bit older. I'm
uh,
like, this is a hot mom.
uh,
I was just like, like, where's this mom from? I was just like, I guess I'm into moms. Because like I was like, dang. Um, and so yeah, did you get a speeding ticket on the way to church, Steph?
no.
Yeah.
Uh,
She was coming late, and she was staying with an auntie, and her auntie told her that she
mm.
had to go to church somewhere. And so
She was not in the mood that
yeah, she
day.
was not in the mood that day.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the mood that
Yeah.
day. Where are you, Steph? And actually, my youth pastor. Yeah, that night we were having an event at my youth pastor's house,
Mm.
just like a barbecue get together. And then he invited her out, and then I went to it, and then she showed up, and I'm like, holy smokes, yeah, like, no way. And I was really weird at that time too.
Yeah.
I was a severe
You try to
introvert.
play it cool, but
Yeah, but I was so weird. That's probably like because I was like everywhere, every like function in Canada, I always used to wear like shirt and sulu.
oh yeah,
And just like I don't know, that was just
yeah,
me.
yeah,
What I
yeah.
did. I was like wearing a skirt,
What
like
is
shisha, and I was like, it's even hard to talk about.
What was her first
Huh?
impression when she was like, "Why is this guy wearing a skirt?"
Yeah, she thought I was just like, yeah, why is he wearing a skirt? And like him and his friends are really weird. I think that night because I used to, me and friends used to sing a lot,
Oh, okay.
and so we'd always like get together and like play guitar
Like the
and
trio.
yeah, and sing and like harmonize
It would
together.
be like
Oh, it's
such
so
a
hard
cool
to talk
thing,
about.
yeah.
Yeah. So we were like in my two best friends. One was a violin player, one was a guitar player, and I played guitar too at that time. Um, but I always sung harmony, and so we'd always just like you know like who's this?
Continuous.
Yes. But like one was like a bald white guy,
Yeah.
one was a fit like Italian looking dude, and then there was like me, like a fat half caste kid for Fiji. And so we were like in the living room at my youth pastor's house because I was best friends with his son. We were just like serenading in there, just singing, and
You
like,
know when you like in that kind of group, you think you're
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. And I think we were singing like we were like playing Jack Johnson, and it just like felt like so cool. And that just like guitars. It definitely wasn't cool. Definitely wasn't cool. But then, yeah, she was hanging out with my friends, and so Steph, can we talk about the stage of life you're in? Okay. So she was hanging out with some of my friends, and like she was asking them, like, what do you guys like to do on the weekends? Like, just like like surface level questions. Like, what do you guys do for fun? And my friends, like, this is other group of friends that I also am really, really close with. Not as close with, but they were kind of like, the badasses, right? They go out on the weekends and party. It's church kids, right? And they go to so we live in a very small like bush community in Canada, farming community, and so lots of bush parties like on the weekend, and like bush parties, like everybody drives out to the bush, and you just have a huge fire, yeah, and everybody just drinks, gets blackout wasted, and sex in the trees and the bushes and stuff like that, right? So my friends like, yeah, we like to party, we're youth, right? So like, yeah, we like to party on Fridays and Saturdays, we like to go out and that sort of stuff. And then Steph like asked me, she's like, how about you? Like, I'm like, yeah, I like to party. It's just only ever been to one party in my life. Oh yeah, I go to parties and whatever. Yeah. They're like, yeah, like at every youth event, all the ministry and stuff. Oh gosh, so embarrassing. And yeah, literally only went to one like high school party ever in my whole life. And then after that, yeah, I guess she was attracted to me. It was so hot, right? And then she came to another youth event and we hung out. And we were like got talking one-on-one, and I was like, dang, like this is like what it's like, Because I tried asking out a couple girls in my youth group and like the worst excuses ever. One girl was just like a non-answer, and the other girl's like, sorry, I'm just like too busy with like high school volleyball. I was like, dang. And apparently that's like a very strong sign that like she's not into you. I was hardcore friend zoned my whole life though. So I was the guy that all the girls would come and like talk to and like abide in.
You're like the friend zone.
Yeah, I was always friend zone. So I always got to know like the dirty details about everybody, like why he liked her and she likes him. I'm like, dude, no, but so I was always like, I like you, and then she was always telling me about like who she likes and to stop me. I'm like, dang it, you're not really picking up what I'm putting down here, Always in the friend zone, but always the guy that girls would come talk to you. Yeah, and so then Steph comes along, and then it's funny because like, a couple of the girls that like I like was crushing on and like there was no like Vicky, what? It's okay, don't worry. A couple of girls that I was crushing on were like kind of jealous when Steph came along. Yeah, even though I gave them a chance, they could have had this,
And
but
he was like, the gym. All right.
Yeah, so actually, right at that time, it was funny. Right around the time when I met Steph, I lost like 87 pounds or like 40 kilos.
Mm.
Yeah. I was close to like 130, 140 kilos.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I went down to like 105.
Mm.
Like I was like, yeah, I lost a lot of weight.
Mm.
And which, I mean, I guess people associate like losing weight with like becoming attractive or
Yeah,
like getting
yeah.
fit, right? And so there was like when I came back like for to school, like to see like some of my old school friends, or like some of the girls are like, dang,
Mm.
wow, you're doing well for yourself. I'm
Mm.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we went to a couple of youth events, like a couple like, and then yeah, we went for like a date night in the city, and
Mm.
then we watched. The first thing we ever did officially was watch Star Wars together, like from start to the end. The Star Wars,
Which
like
one?
the whole Star Wars, like yeah,
Shoot. Were
all
you
6 of them. I
was
think there's 6 movies.
were you the staff and
No, she was,
She
and
was.
she's like, "You're Star Wars." I'm like, "I've never ever watched a Star Wars before." She's like, "We can't be friends until you watched all the Star
Yeah.
Wars," which is pretty much just like saying like she wanted to spend time with me, but I was like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
ah.
like so blank.
So I think on like finally on like episode 6, like the last Star Wars, I was like, like, how did I say it, Stephanie? Yeah, I was like, I kind of like you.
Oh, so you said it.
Yeah, I said it to her. Yeah, I was like, I kind of like you.
So bad.
But she was just coming out of a relationship, and so she had made it. Oh yeah, no. So I said, I kind of like you. And she's like, yeah, I know that, obviously.
Right,
'Cause
right.
she was like, she obviously knew she was an idiot. And I was like, I was young. She was cradle robbing me. Like I'm like 2
Yeah.
years younger than her, right? So
Yeah.
I was like I was 16 or 17 at this point. She was like 20. And so sorry, this is a long story.
What?
Yeah. I think I was 17 and she was 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because we dated for 2 years and I got married when I was 19.
Mm.
Yeah. And so she was like, just so you know, like, I know you like me and I like you, but like, I'm not ready for a relationship, because she was just coming out of another one. That's kind of why she was in the city where I was, or in the province. And so, like the next day, I was like, I love you. I just told her I loved her, because I did. I was like, this is it. I'm like, I found the girl, and I like legit loved her. Have we lost like everybody on the feed now?
No, everyone is just like so invested. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for the $25.
Oh, that's cool, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you
Says,
so much.
Keep doing what you guys are doing, Walker family.
We will. We appreciate
All
that
the
very
way
much.
From New Zealand. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Pinaka,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, that means a lot. It's crazy to me. I would taki to you, but Kuroi is not here doing his job today.
Yeah.
So
Just stepped us.
he went. So Kuroi left on Friday night or Saturday.
Game.
To watch the game at the bar in town, and then we lost him since then. So he might be. Who knows where he's passed out right now? No, but we should have went to the bar. I didn't go because I wanted to watch it in peace and quiet. But we should have gone because internet connection, everything. But anyways, so I proceeded to tell Stephanie that I loved her, and she would continually tell me, I appreciate love you for like the next like 4 months. And she would actually say, yeah, like I don't love you.
Yeah.
And then one time, I know she wouldn't really say that, but one time she did say, I was like, right, I love you. She's like, yeah, I love you too. She's like, I didn't mean that.
And then what?
Yeah, she turned around. I was like, and turned around, she's like, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, dude, it's so much worse. I'm like, it's so much worse when somebody says it and then takes it away. I'm like, my heart is full, and then she's like, it's just like bleeding me out like a fish when I'm spearfishing. Yeah, so that was rough, but she loves me now, and so the rest is history. Oh, that was a long answer.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, everybody loves it.
So yeah, are you guys rich? No, we're not rich. So Stephanie doesn't come from money. I don't come from money, but we have tried to be smart with our money in the past, and so we are rich. We're in the top 1% of the world, probably. Like, I mean, we have a vehicle,
Mm.
Like we have a business and we're able to take our kids to school, and we always have food on the table. So like I think I'm rich. Like I never think like of myself as
I
being
guess
poor.
if you had to be in Fiji, from a local perspective,
Yeah,
probably would see you as one of like somebody who's at the top when you're
yeah,
doing all these things.
yeah. It just like
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, guys. Like you don't know the story, or like you don't know like how do I have this vehicle?
Mm.
How do I have this tractor?
Mm.
Like what we were talking about last week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You guys don't know if this tractor. I might be doing payments on this thing.
Mm.
Nobody knows
Mm.
all of the implements I have.
Mm.
Maybe you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or like the truck. Maybe that's maybe I'm close to giving that back to the bank because I can't afford the payments on
Mm-hmm.
it. Like nobody actually knows, right? I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's what's going on, but I'm saying like you can't. I'm not saying that this person or anybody watching this. I know that there's lots of people who just look at us and think we're millionaires.
Mm.
Um, but like I'll tell you this, like if I was like really, really rich, like do you think I'd be living in a house with no water? Sharing it
Mm.
with like sharing this house with like a bunch of other family members,
Yeah.
like with not doing this in like a podcast studio.
Mm.
And I mean, so like I feel like I feel blessed. I don't feel blessed. I feel um very I feel grateful
Mm.
for where we are. But I feel like we have a long ways to go.
Mm.
I feel like the Waka brand can be $1 billion brand one day.
Mm.
So that's the direction we're headed. But like a lot of my friends, a lot of the people that I know, you know, they they had the opportunity to take something that was there and they've grown it, right?
Mm.
And so I'm like something that was started by their dad or their grandfather, not just in Fiji. I mean, other parts of the world too. And so we're like first generation business building here, right? So it's
Mm.
not easy. And we might never actually see the full fruits of our labor, but we're working for something,
Mm.
and hopefully we can get to a better place than where we are right now.
Mm.
Um, not just financially. I mean, in I just hope that this brand can just grow and influence many different industries and many different people.
Mm.
So
Yeah. That's
I
great.
I, I feel very, very grateful
Mm.
for what we have, but I wouldn't say that we're rich, but rich compared to other people for sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
from Paul. Rich is family and helping others. Yeah.
yeah,
And no worries, guys. It's awesome, inspirational journey you're doing back home in Honolulu.
yeah. Like, um, yeah. I wish I had more money so we could like. There's things that come up like every day
Mm.
that I'm like, I wish I could just do that
Mm.
because that would help somebody, or that would be fun. Like to me, money's just a tool. Like I want to get more of it so I can use it
Mm.
to do funner things for the church, things for God's kingdom, things for single moms, things for widows, things for orphans.
Mm.
Like that's to me like I want to get more money so that I can
Do that.
use it, put it to work like a
Mm.
tool. Yeah. What is the reasons you guys moved to Fiji? I think we talk about that quite a bit. But
Another from Isaac.
yeah,
Do you like Indian food dishes, and which one is your favorite?
yeah, I love it. Yeah. Uh, I mean, it depends. Like, okay, so Fiji Indian, yeah. Then like I think you just have to go with like a good chicken curry.
Mm.
I think. Like, but when I was in like Gujarat last year in India, like the paneer and like the cheese that they use and stuff, and they're like because they're more of like the yogurt kind of like butter chicken naan bread
Mm.
part of India, and like that cooking is like
The best.
next level. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. But for Fiji Indian food, yeah, like chicken curry, is so good. That's my go-to.
That's chicken curry. Yeah.
Like even yesterday after church, we went out for lunch, and I just wanted to go like just
You will.
yeah, dude, yeah, New World rice and chicken curry. Oh,
Oh,
so
that's the
good,
best, eh?
the best, absolutely.
Mm. From Here's from Ryan. Are there discussions that happen?
Uh, yeah, yeah, like there's village bylaws.
Mm.
Yeah, like in our village, like you're not allowed to um drink alcohol like
Mm.
um openly. I mean, it still happens from time to time.
Mm.
but it's definitely with the bylaws in place. Some villages have no tobacco, right?
Mm.
In the village,
Mm.
like no cigarettes. Some villages are alcohol free, like the dry villages.
Mm.
Um,
We're here for like
but as
no
far as
alcohol,
yeah, here no alcohol,
like grogging
no grog on
on
Sundays.
Sundays. No,
Yeah,
no, no grogging on
um,
Sundays.
which is funny because that's so normal to me. But then I go to other villages and they're like just full of boy. Like Sunday's like the biggest grog session, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa, oh yeah, that's right, that's normal.
yeah.
Um, as far as noise, not really because there's not really any rules of noise. Like the way I look at it is like you get you have to pay taxes, you have to pay a mortgage, like wherever you live, or
Mm.
rent. Like if you live in town, you have to pay rent, you have to pay electricity, you have to pay water, like utilities.
Mm.
So in the village, to a certain extent, and you have to manage it well. But like sometimes your rent is like your discomfort because they're having like 100 nights or something, right?
Mm.
And there's like music and generators and like yelling and dancing going on all night, and that's like you know what? That's part of the rent I have to pay because I don't pay any other like monetary rent or
Yeah.
utilities. Where sometimes people are like, can we have a bag of cassava for this function?
Mm.
And it's like, uh, no, because this is for the business. But yes, okay, because this is part of like how we do community together, right?
Mm. Mm.
Um, so, but it has to be balanced because otherwise you give away all the
Mm.
cassava, or something like that.
Yeah.
You need this?
What about like items? How do you guys like get some like items for the village? How do you guys
Um,
discuss that? Do you guys have like uh a bank?
yeah, like there's a village fund that is not really used that much actually, but it does get used from time to time for different functions and stuff like that. Mostly like things like that usually just come up when there's actually an event that happens or like a death. Then we have a meeting and we organize like who's in charge of what or
Is it another one
or stuff like that. Man, Paul,
again?
crazy. Really appreciate that, man. That is crazy.
Mm.
Really, really appreciate that. Shout out to Paul. Thanks for the support. Um, it's crazy. Like there's people who will actually support in that way. It's nuts. So we really, really appreciate that. But yeah, village life has to be balanced. Like like it's not always easy. But there's parts like that we get like the kids get to go play. I always talk about that. Like they go play down there, play rugby until it's dark, and they come home, shower, bed, and it's like easy. Don't have to organize play dates or anything. The river's right here. Um, but yeah, and I would say like a lot of the communal stuff also comes down to like who's managing it, like who's been put in charge, like who is your Turani Koro, like the village headman, or who is your Turani Matangali, like your chief, and like how they coordinate stuff. And so
Mm.
it depends on the village you're from too. Like some villages have really, really good everything
Mm.
because they've had a lot of good people who have been managing,
Mm.
or looking after the relationship between the government and the village,
Yeah.
or like the different entities like Water Authority, FEA, or EFL, and these types of
Mm.
things. Or you can have a really dysfunctional village headman and nothing happens in the village, right?
Mm.
So there's all different types.
Got two more questions here for you,
Okay, let's do two more.
Isaac. Again, Jonathan. Do you plan to own more cattle or goats or horses?
Yeah, so actually, I'm getting my pine cut at the lease, the 100 acres behind us, and so we're going to put cattle and goats together up there. And so
Mm.
basically, the money from the pine is just getting stored, and then once they're finished, then we're going to buy fencing and start fencing that area into like quadrants so that we can.
Mm.
So just picture a square and then divide it into four quarters, and then we'll just move the cows from fence like from quadrant to quadrant
Mm.
as cows and goats as they go. So it's quite hilly. So the places where the cows don't like to go, the goats will go, and then because goats grow quite a bit faster than cows,
Mm.
and I actually don't think cows are the best way to make money unless you do it right. And so we got to make sure that we do it properly because cows take a long time to grow and they can take a lot of work. But we have to get the right person rolling. So we have to get the right people looking after that up there. So Corey will be the start. and hopefully the end.
Yeah. You get correctly
So far,
possible.
not good. I mean, he's supposed to be here, right? And he's not doing his job. He's supposed to be
Mixing our grog,
mixing
bro.
our grog for us.
Kari,
That's his
kari.
job, you know.
Mm.
Oh, shout out to Ryan. Thank you, dude. Like your for your support, your questions, everything. Like it really stimulates a lot of conversation, and that's cool. Like, who knows where this on the mat thing? It starts small, right?
Mm.
But we never know. Like at any moment, this could catch the eyes of some TV station or whatever. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for. I actually would don't really want that because it's just so casual right now. But like at any point, like I told you the other day, right? Eventually, we're gonna make a comment on some current event that's gonna catch the eye or the ear of like some news outlet, and they're gonna like repost it, probably take it out of context, and like
Mhm.
rake me over the coals. I mean, it's gonna happen, right? Eventually.
It has happened like the last live that we did here.
Oh,
It was on Twitter.
oh, was it
Yeah. Yeah.
like last week?
No, I think it was like 2, 3, 4 lives
Oh, okay,
that,
okay. Oh, yeah,
that we
right,
did.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like
So yeah,
that would be always something to take it out of
yeah,
context
exactly, exactly.
and make it a huge thing.
So yeah, but anyways, like people like Isaac, Ryan Reddy, Ellie Reed on Facebook,
Paul, when you want
Paul, um, who's the lady that
to send a million.
yeah, sending me like yeah, you guys are like the core group, and so who knows where it goes from here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, two more questions. Two more
Okay,
questions. Does the boy speak fluent Italy language?
I would say like probably what 75%.
Mm.
Yeah, fluent. I
Mm.
would say. Uh, yeah, 75, 85%, 70 to 90% probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can really, really go for it when they want to.
I would say like they have the Canadian accent, and when they talk to
Yeah,
a Fijian in English, they have the Fijian English
yeah,
accent.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we go there serangan, then we take up the grass, and then you know those
yeah, yeah,
Fijian English
yeah.
accent, and then
And then talk to mom. It's like, come on,
yeah,
mom, let's go.
yeah,
Let's go get the grass.
yeah, yeah,
Grass.
and
One is
then
grass, one is grass.
grass, and then they have the dialect which is in Senganga,
Yeah, right.
Nakoye,
Yeah, yeah.
but they can't speak Bawan dialect, but
No. Yeah.
they can speak
Madwata.
Mathurata
Yeah,
dialect,
yeah,
Nakoye. Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny, man.
Genhai.
And they switch it every time.
I know, I know.
They speak, and like right now, Elik is like picking up with a little bit of Hindi.
Oh, in
Yeah,
school?
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because he goes to the Muslim school.
Biscuit square hair.
Dad, do you know how to say square biscuit in Hindi? No. Biscuit square hair. Dude, no. But it's pretty close. Lots of Fiji and India is actually really understandable because it's so much English inside of it. So
From Hustle Dimes. Another one. Where do men from Ryan? Where do men from the village?
Hustle Dime, shout out,
Mm.
shout out. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Ryan, ready? Where do men from the village find their wives? Is arranged marriage common? Do they go to other villages?
Uh, yeah, like usually it seems to be like on functions.
Mm.
I mean, that's where like the socializing happens a lot of the time, right?
Mm.
Yeah, meet a girl at a function, or like they come with a group, and she's like the cooker for cutting cane,
Yeah.
or like church. Yeah, usually like functions and stuff like that.
Mm.
Groups like going from place to place, church functions,
Yeah.
yeah, village functions. Hustle Dimes, we really, really appreciate it. So Ryan Reddy, Hustle Dimes, Paul, man, you guys,
Mhm.
yeah, really, really appreciate you guys, really do.
From another question from me.
Yeah,
Do you recommend young parents with kids from Hustle Dummy?
yeah,
Do you recommend young parents with kids to that moved overseas to bring their kids back home to Fiji for school and live?
yeah. Like here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it. I think it's up to the parents, and I think parents are comfortable, and I think parents are like, I don't know if it's going to be good for the kids, and we blame a lot of things like on kids. Not blame, but we like, I don't know, like our kids, like education and stuff. And like, here's the way that me and Stephanie look at it. It's like, we're here for right now. Nothing has to be forever. This is a season. And if like say Aliki looks like he's gonna be way more like more of like a yeah, doctor, like a studious type of person than he is like interested in like business or entrepreneurship or whatever, then like when it comes to like middle school or like junior high or whatever, going into secondary school, then like we can go back to Canada, or like he can go live with or do boarding school or something like that, right?
Mm.
Um, or maybe at that point, like we'll be able to like be half and half, Fiji and Canada.
Mm.
Um, or maybe the like we can. I feel like I spent so much time in school learning things that I don't even remember half of it, and
Mm.
half of the things I know now I didn't learn in school, and I wish I would have. So
Mm.
like you can bring your kids here; they can learn. If you're, I think a lot of people aren't determined enough, and not the people on this, but a lot of people are comfortable and they don't want to make the change. And it's
Mm.
not actually about the kids; it's actually about them.
Mm.
And I think that like there's something cool about restarting as a family that bonds you closer together. So like you're you, then you're married or whatever, you and your partner, and then you have your life and you're like, I have to get this life in order to bring kids into this life, into this world. And then you bring them into this world and then you make them live your version of a good life.
Mm.
But like when you restart and you come to Fiji or you go wherever it is, like the restart as a family like bonds you so tight. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like starting over and having all these things new together
Mm.
instead of like, and I just think it creates way more of like a friendship
Mm.
role or a friendship between parents and kids
Mm.
than like a I am your dad,
Mm.
because like I know and you don't, because like half the things out here I'm like I don't know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Definitely.
like let's do it, you know,
Mm.
we're doing it together for the first time and it's fun.
Mm.
And so I would definitely encourage people, like if you're thinking about doing it, like you need to know a bit what you're getting into,
Mm.
but I would say it's never the kids that like hold people back.
Mm.
And I would say do it, because definitely don't get to the end of your life and then wonder like what if, because you can always go back. Yeah,
Mm.
like whatever is there before, like you can go if you have education, like if you're a mechanic or like a
Mm.
woodworker or a nurse, like you can always go back to that.
Mm.
So like get rid of the stuff. The stuff is always there, the car, the toys, the houses, whatever, and like come do this, give it a try. And then if like for us, like we can always go back to jobs. There's always a dingy apartment or a townhouse somewhere that we can like go live in if we need to
Mm.
go back to Canada, right?
Mm.
Like we did it once, we can do it again. And
Yeah.
so I'm that's not going to happen, but if it needed to, then we could.
Mm.
Yeah.
But so far, like, do you feel like you made the right choice bringing kids and seeing them living here in the village, experience this all?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Like
You wouldn't
I
change
don't
this.
no.
Mm.
I don't even know how we would have made it through COVID
Mm.
in Canada if we had like our house and our cars and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Like because COVID was so tough on our business.
Mm.
So um I wouldn't change it for the world. I don't know what we would have done.
Mm.
And so from like an economic standpoint, this was the right move. And so definitely like looking at our kids, it's for sure the right move.
Mm.
Because like almost the opposite happened. Like so everybody's kids overseas, like they went into like social hibernation and like yeah, it's like social hibernation
Mm.
and lost like social skills.
Mm.
And then we came here, and in the time where people were going backwards or kids were like going backwards, our
Mm.
kids were like progressing because we moved into community, right?
Mm.
Would you say? Like so I think it was definitely the right move for us
Mm.
and our kids. It's not easy, but like life's not easy.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Like it would be silly for people to assume life to be easy. Like assume it to be hard and then that you just enjoy the easy times, and the easy times are actually like a bonus. So like I don't know. The comfortable life is like it's pretty boring actually.
Mm.
And like all the rich people in the world, like they were risk takers. And so if you like risk big, you have a chance of failing big. But like if you don't risk big, then you're never gonna win big either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you're thinking about doing it, then plan for it and just do it. because you can always go back to the old life.
Yeah. I'll just read out all these comments and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Muscle Dimes, pinakapagaling mo na Karabi. This is better than watching Fiji One News or FBC News. 100%.
I
Namo
appreciate
Dalevo.
that.
I am following you all and y'all's journey, and it's very motivating. 100% true, Metao. Everything you're sharing are all facts. Pinaka from Hustle Dimes.
Yeah. I would love to meet a family that like moved their family to Fiji because of these kind of conversations.
Mm.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen one day. I
Mhm.
know there's people that moved, but
Yeah.
if you're thinking about it, hit us up, DM us. We have lots to say about the situation. But thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to Hustle Dimes. Thank you to Paul. Thank you to Ryan Reddy. And we appreciate you guys very much. We'll catch you guys here on Friday. We'll have another chat. So send us more questions throughout the week. We save them, we screenshot them so that we can answer them, and then just have these kinds of conversations. And also just send us things that you want us to talk about, like stupid, silly, or like interesting, or things that make you angry news throughout the week. Until then, we'll see you guys back here on Friday at 4:30. We love you all.